Hi, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my workshop. We're going to start decaling the Caboose body. You can see I've got the decals laid out the way I want them on the Caboose. I also have all my supplies handy, including Microsoft Salva Set, which is a decal setting solution. I've got a pair of tweezers, a paintbrush, small paintbrush to apply the decal setting solution, a toothbrush to help me move decals around, a paper towel, and a black storage container tub with distilled water in it for soaking the decals. I always use distilled water so I don't leave mineral stains on the decals. And I like the black container because the white decals show up if they happen to float off the paper. So I'm going to remove the decals from the side of the model and put them just in the upside down lid of the pill bottle. Inside the pill bottle I'll store decals for the other side of the model. In this case I've already done that side, so it's empty, but this way everything's in place. Then we'll start with the road name. I'm just going to pick that up and soak that for 10 seconds in the distilled water, and then we'll set that on the paper towel to loosen from the paper, the backing paper. Then I want to take the decal setting solution and I'm going to brush that on the model where the decal is going to go. This will help prevent air bubbles forming underneath the decal. It'll also soften the decal a little bit so that it settles down nicely on the model. And one thing that you're going to see me not do right now is put the lid back on the bottle, and that's the first thing I should have done to help prevent spilling. Fortunately, I didn't spill it, but I have in the past, so don't make the mistake I just made. Once you're done in those bottles of decal setting solution, cover them. In this case, I was trying to start moving the decal off the backing paper, and it wasn't sliding, so I just soaked it in a little more water to loosen it up. And now you can see it slides off a little bit. I just need to get one letter off. Then I can use the tweezers to hold on to the backing paper and set the decal in place where I want it to start. And just lay it in place right where it's going to go, move it in there. Then I just hold down the end of the decal and just gently pull the backing paper out, and the decal will settle right into place. And then that backing paper can be thrown in the garbage. Now while that sits to dry, if we need to move it in, tweak its position in it, we can use a toothpick to do so. In this case it landed perfectly where I want it. There, now get the cover on it before I spill something. And now we're going to do the herald. And again, 10 seconds in the distilled water onto the paper towel, and then add the decal setting solution to the model. Same thing as the road name. This one's a little smaller, but in length, but it's a circular design, so it'll go on the same way, but a little easier to handle. And with that ready, again, we're going to just use fingers just to slide it a little bit off the paper so I can grab hold of the paper and set the decal in place on the model. Slide the backing paper out and then just use the toothpick here just to tweak its alignment, make sure everything is set up straight and into position. Last thing I need to do is the road number, which will be centered below the road name. You can see the other side, how it's laid out, and that's done the same way. So with that done, the next thing I want to do is I want to take some more decal setting solution and put it on top of the decals. This will really soften them and let them snug down into the side of the car. Now they may wrinkle a little bit when you first apply it, but those decals are going to be really soft, so you don't want to touch it once you put the solution on here. Just let it dry naturally and it'll snug those decals down. After it dries, if you see any air holes, air bubbles, just pop them with the tip of a hobby knife and then apply some more decal setting solution on it. And then keep repeating the process till there's no air bubbles. In this case, there weren't any, so when I was done, it was good to go, and the lettering is just snug. We'll give it a look of paint that gets painted on after a coat of matte finish. Now, I put the matte finish on now. I'm just painting some of the handrails that are going to go on the model. This is one for the end of the car. I like to paint them and then give them a good 12 to 24 hours to dry before I apply them. I'm using these alligator clips on skewer sticks to hold them. As you saw if you saw my series on the F7 build, you can also use self-closing tweezers just to get these painted. And then we'll let these dry. I want to make sure you get all the way around it so it doesn't come off. But you also have to make sure they're fully dry. Otherwise the paint can chip off when you handle them with a pair of tweezers. And once those are dry, we'll set them aside to dry fully and do a few more. And just keep that process moving. You can see I already did the curved handrails on one side of the car. Turned out nice. These go on the ends, and we have the other side to do. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.